All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes on social media. My name is Judson Powell, and I would like to thank you basically for tuning in and checking out what I have to say. Not that, everybody has a lot to say. All right, anyway, so what I want to talk about today is Oprah. I want to talk about Oprah. I did like a live rant on Facebook, but I wanted to put this on YouTube. I also want to say, first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit buttons for me. All right, do that for me so that, the videos can go viral, that kind of thing. Anyway, so here's what I want to talk about with Oprah. And I kind of mentioned it yesterday. And so last night I was just sitting there reflecting on it. And the main fact about Oprah is that, and what I said yesterday is I never really liked her. And there was a reason why I never really liked her. And at that particular time, as my wife, basically informed me, it was like there were like talk shows, and all these talk shows that had women hosts. The main emphasis of those talk shows was to split up your family, or to split up your marriage or your relationship or whatever. And under the guise and to me, is paramount. And I'm not, sparing anything, but to me, it was like paramount to like Steve Harvey is now. Like Steve Harvey goes on and he talks about relationships, but he's a failure at relationships. I remember even my own son, my oldest son, he came to me, okay, I've been married 3 times. All right. I am not a person that is going to give you advice on relationships. I can tell you how to mess up a relationship, but I'm not going to sit up there and lie to you. And hopefully nobody thinks that I'm a hypocrite, but I'm not going to sit up there and lie to you and tell you, oh yeah, I know what to do in order to make sure that your relationship is successful, because I don't know. And the people that have successful relationships, I admire them, and I'm rooting for them, and I hope, 100% whatever. But you give advice, or you talk about stuff that in my opinion, you should talk about stuff and give advice about stuff that especially if you're on TV and millions of people literally, millions of people are watching you on a daily basis. And I remember like being in school, and I was a media major in undergrad, and being a media major in undergrad, and you figure out and you understand just how powerful the media is. Well, the media is extremely powerful. That's how come they always use, propaganda and all this kind of stuff and whatever, because it's extremely powerful. And so she gets up there every day, for years, talking about the fact of, oh, you don't need your man. You don't need him, girl. This, that, and the other thing. And and it was horrible. And she did that for years. Now, don't get me wrong. She has also done some good stuff too. All right. She's done some good things. She's a philanthropist. Okay. She has definitely given money. My son went to Morehouse, and while he was there, she gave Morehouse money, like millions of dollars. And she's like she founded and developed some schools in Africa, which is always a great thing. That's a great thing. But then you also have to look at what she did, as far as breaking up all these families. Why were there so many, why are so many single boys? Why are so many boys from single parent homes? Because you told their mama to leave their daddy. All right. So just think, you got to think about it. And it's not, and I'm just saying, I never really liked her because of that. It was like, and even then, I won't say I was like completely woke or nothing like that, but I just had a feeling. I was just like, this is wrong. And so I kind of want to expose the fact that just like Jim Brown, said some things, day before yesterday, and he was talking about, the football player, Jim Brown, former football player, great, Hall of Famer, all of that. But, he's sitting up there talking about how great Donald Trump is. And Donald Trump is a liar, a cheater, a racist, all of those things, and he's being, and today he's actually, up for impeachment. So, all of these, people that have money or billionaires, look, let me explain something to you. If you have $1 billion and you're black, all right, I'll just use the word black. I don't want to go through all the terminology, but if you have $1 billion and you're black, then that means that you are a white supremacist. you have a role, and there might be like there's probably, and I won't say all, but there's probably like 3 or 4 that are not. But most of the ones that got the $1 billion either through entertainment or athletics, sports, that kind of thing, they're sellouts. They are straight up. And they have a part in white supremacy, whether they realize it or they don't. Whether they realize it, just like I believe that that's true about P. Diddy. I think P. Diddy finally woke up and realized, hey, you know what? I got all this money and stuff like that, but they using us. They used me. They used me and like I say, I call them Pied Pipers. That's what they are. Beyonce, Jay-Z, right now, they're using Jim Brown. Jim Brown is like out there. And why is he out there? Because he's got an older demographic, an older audience. And all the propaganda out there on the internet is all talking about how Trump is trying to woo, all of these black voters. But then here we got Oprah. She's making documentaries about she's producing or executive producing all these documentaries about black men and how horrible, the whole Me Too thing. But why is it only black men? But then we got pictures, and I read some more stuff about Trump today. Trump has at least 17 accusations of sexual assault against him that nobody is talking about. So Oprah, why are you not doing that? Is something that is newsworthy. That is something that should be produced. It should be on TV, should be on 2020. The president has 17 sexual assault allegations against him. 17. Okay. But R. Kelly is in jail. Bill Cosby is in jail. How come he's not in jail? Or at least why isn't this at least being talked about? It's not even in the news cycle. Oprah, you can do that, but you're going to produce a documentary about, it's crazy, but you produce documentary about R. Kelly, right? And about Russell Simmons, and now Russell Simmons has been exonerated. He took a lie detector test. He doesn't have any charges against him. And she's trying to bring this stuff back up again, just like they did on Bill Cosby. So y'all can go dig up 30, 40-year-old information about somebody, even with R. Kelly. They added the charges for Aaliyah. Aaliyah is dead and gone. And they putting charges about what happened when he married Aaliyah. You see what I'm saying? So, and all this does, it exacerbates the system, saying that the system is right when the system is wrong. Because it's, and we always get that the Richard Pryor thing, just us. It's just us. That we the only ones going to jail. We the only ones, the Harvey Weinstein, and that's a friend of Oprah's. Harvey Weinstein, you know who he knows. You can do the documentary easily because you can get in those circles. You know who he knows. But yeah, they allow him to what? Pay a fine and walk away, or not walk away because he on a and then he doing the old he got the neck brace on, the walker. Oh my God, I can't walk into the courtroom. Come on, y'all, for real. Think about it. I mean, really, you got to think about this stuff. It's absolutely ridiculous that these guys are not going to jail. And even with the guy with Epstein, the guy that killed himself, or so supposedly killed himself. But the guards are going to jail. You see what I'm saying about America? America is a trip, y'all. That's a trip. Okay, this man. Okay, y'all know good and well that they had that man killed. Why? Because he had information on presidents. He had information on very powerful people. He knew too much. It ain't hard to tell. Come on, that's like, even when they said that they had found him dead, I was like, well, that was just a matter of time. They just did it. I didn't know if they were going to do it before during or after the trial. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, but then I guess they sat around and figured out, well, we better do it now, because if he start talking, and now they keep on trying to bring up stuff, and it's like, you could bring up whatever you want because he dead. You can't say nothing. He ain't testify. So what can you do now? Nothing. Dead man tells no tales. Anyway, so Oprah, you can lock, the Weinstein thing, you should have exposed him. Why didn't you? Because he got you in his pocket, and her part in white supremacy, just like everybody else has a part in white. The reason why Jay-Z is a billionaire is because Jay-Z led y'all to the slaughter. He was the one, so while y'all was out on the thing, dealing crack, dealing these drugs, doing whatever, his music is playing in the background. Oh yeah, hip hop, the same thing with Biggie, and Tupac and everybody else. And I know everybody, these guys are beloved. Right now, if I go on there and I say something negative about Jay-Z, every young black man in America will try to argue with me and will try to fight me. And the same thing with Oprah. Right now, me doing this stuff, saying something about Oprah, it is what it is. But you'll fight me. Oh, queen, oh, lady, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But in the background, y'all realize what she did, what her part in white supremacy was. Her part in white supremacy was to break up your family. You don't go on TV every day and right at the hour, everybody, and you got her sitting up there telling all of these women to be feminists. And now what's the result? What's the residue? Single parent homes, because now it's pervasive. Back then, the divorce rate wasn't that high. Now, some people estimated it's like 60%. So before her show and before the Sally Jeffrey Raphaels and I can't even call the other girl, but do you understand what I'm saying? All of a sudden it was like feminist television. Oh, you don't need your man. And at first it was black people that were watching Oprah. It wasn't, and they throw a couple cool shows in there. But for the most part, all the shows were talking about, Ricky Lake, that's the one. Most of them, that's what they talked about. You don't need your man. You a strong woman, and then that's where all that stuff came. You a strong black independent woman, and then religion jumped on the bandwagon. Yeah, woman, thou art loosed. You ain't got to do nothing. Then all of a sudden, what happened? And then Uncle Sam plays their part. The government comes in. I get welfare. I get food stamps. I get child support. I get every government program is to sustain who? The black woman. Now what? The black and educational grants, what? If you got caught, what did the crime bill say? If you got caught with in a drug offense or a drug crime, then you couldn't even get money to go to school. So where did that leave all the black men? Huh? Where did it leave them? Listen to me, y'all. Y'all don't, it's systemic racism. All of this stuff. Every program that I talked about. Just like who's the ultimate gain? Who gains the most? Who ultimately gains money from food stamps? The big supermarket chains like Walmart, right? Like Myers, like all, because what? I give you $150 worth of food stamps, which can't feed your family. And then you rush to Walmart, buy up the whole $150 worth of food stamps. And Mr. Walmart has got millions of those people standing in line, and he takes all the money and puts it in the bank. The same thing with Section 8. If I'm a landlord, look, that's how Donald Trump got rich, y'all. Donald Trump got rich being a slumlord. Okay, I give Section 8, I rent you a funky house, right, for $30 a month, and the government subsidizes the rest. I take all my money home because I own this piece of property, and your family lives in a rat and roach infested house or apartment, and you're happy because you don't have to pay rent. Oprah, come on, y'all, wake up. All right. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, but hit the love button.